40 stories, according to Reddit. Full disclosure, not exactly prepared tonight, so we'll see how this goes indeed. What I'll do is grab from a couple of open lists that I've tried to prepare hastily, and when we reach 40, then we'll be good. The first list I've grabbed from asks the question, what is the butterfly effect story in your life? The first response reads, I tried to end my life in 2014. Spent 15 days in a coma on life support, not expected to live. Miraculously, I awoke the very next day and they were going to take me off. Oh, no. I awoke the very day that they were going to take me off life support. Damn. Weeks later, I was released from the hospital and my friends insisted on taking me to dinner. I'm pretty sure on the pretense of not leaving me home alone. I didn't really want to go, but reluctantly agreed. Over the next course of dinner, I overheard a man at the next table crying and obviously a little bit inebriated. He's discussing this being his last night on Earth, and I realized he's planning on going home to kill himself. I felt like this force just turned my chair and I grabbed him by the shoulders, told him I literally just survived a suicide attempt and that he really didn't. I spent the entire evening talking to this man, hearing his story, and really listening. I had the feeling that his friends weren't doing that or taking him seriously. At the end of this evening, we stood and embraced for the longest time. He said he felt I was put there in that restaurant on that night, right next to him for a reason. He told me that I had changed his mind and he was no longer planning on killing himself. It was the single most profound moment in my life. Interesting. So a friendly hello to everybody who's in the stream chat. Forgive me for the late start, but boy did I not have my shit together. I kind of passed out as usual and woke up at a strange time. So Linda, Stripes, Faith, Rhea, Sedasia, Michael, Prelude, man, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's well, doing well. But we're going to read one more entry from this butterfly effect story. A question. And this one reads, it was my 24th birthday. I was in a terrible marriage. I didn't know how to leave. Friends of ours came over and insisted that we go out to celebrate. I didn't want to, but we decided to have one drink and come home. We went to a seedy little bar that had recently opened down the street. No one was there but us, the pregnant bartender and her boyfriend, who was the cook. I had a few too many, and when she complained about working 6 days a week while pregnant, I offered to fill in a day a week to give her a break. A few weeks after I started, she and her boyfriend were fired for stealing, and I was promoted to full-time and eventually became the manager. Made some friends that gave me the confidence to leave my abusive marriage. Really got into the job and started hosting events, bands, karaoke, comedy, etc. Bar got busy and we needed security on evening or event nights. The owner hired his nephew to come work security. The nephew is now my husband. If I had just stayed home that night, I'd probably be dead by now. Holy shit. Crazy. Well, let's pull up another list here. This one is actually one that I meant to read previous nights ago, but we never got into. So we're probably just going to skim some off the top just to meet our quota tonight of around 40. And I have 2 so far. Hope somebody's keeping track. And in this thread entitled Married Couples, What is the One Thing You Regret Most About Your Wedding? We'll go from the top here. Number 1, inviting 75% of the people. Most of them I never see and are not involved in our lives. Would have rather spent the same amount of money on 25% of the people and had one hell of a high-end party. Look, motherfuckers, I don't know how, I am not trying to, come down on anybody who perhaps enjoys the company of other people. We are social creatures by design. We monkey see, monkey do. That is how we ingest and, spread our wings and fly as far as our little brief existence in this world is concerned. So if you guys like having a party, bing bong, all right. But if for whatever reason you get caught up in the way where you're deciding you want to marry another person, that's between you and them, baby. If you want to have your parents there for some kind of, ritualistic ceremony, and you're gonna sacrifice some people and kill a goat on an altar, whatever, you do you, as long as you ain't hurt nobody other than that goat, I guess. Cool. You know what I'm talking about? But this ceremony don't need to be about more than just you and her. And if you guys decide that you guys just want to be married and then take any money that might be thrown into some stupid ceremony with people that y'all don't care about and put that instead towards like a bomb ass honeymoon, nigga, where y'all traveling to this place or maybe going on a cruise, or you know what I'm talking about? Or maybe can just take that money and just say fuck it to the world for a little bit. And instead of working, whatever jobs and shit like that, y'all just take a month, you know what I mean? And just let this money go towards whatever expenses that y'all might need to, pay otherwise with going to do this or going to do that. You know what I mean? Just take it as chill time. Let it be y'all time. Like, oh my God. I don't know why so many people put this crazy significance on this dumbass ceremony, man. It's like how girls, like when they're young, they're groomed into spending a crazy amount of money and putting all this effort into like prom or a homecoming dance. You got to go buy this dress. You got to go do this shit. You know what I mean? Just so that they can be groomed when they grow older into thinking that, marriage ceremony is like a big fucking deal. It really isn't. It's a day, my nigga. You're going to have pictures. You're going to have videos. And that's that. That is that. Hang that dress up in the fucking closet, because that'd be the end of it. You feel me? How about that? I bet you, because we live in a world where you can't think of something that doesn't exist. I bet you there are women out there who literally marry a guy and they can't wait to fucking divorce this dude so that she can marry somebody else and have the ceremony all over again, so that the most important day of her life can keep occurring over and over and over. My 17th husband. As we roll down to number 2 in this bitch ass list, my stepsister got engaged at my wedding reception, and I didn't punch her or her fiance in the face for it later. What a trash, man. Like, god damn. Why would you want to? Y'all must have known that y'all are related to these classless people that would do something like this. Come on, man. Inviting them to your ceremony. Anyway, apparently the two of them arranged the whole thing together, that he would pop the question halfway through the daddy-daughter dance. Their marriage lasted for all of 2 years. They both agreed that the tacky time for them to pop their disgusting fucking question was to steal oh my god. I love it, because it's like some people can't deal with attention being on anybody but them. And that's another thing about marriage ceremonies, is a little bit narcissistic. Y'all think that I get a little bit crazy in these videos because I like to be, oh, Kyle the chosen one, and get pervy and flirty and all kind of shit like that. But the bottom line is, y'all know that down to earth is what I'm all about. I'm not like some kind of crazy person. I'm more self-aware than most, and I'm completely aware that I'm recording myself at all times. So if I can't separate the version of me who's like blatantly and utterly crazy in telling jokes and being over the top from a person who isn't unbearable, do you know what I mean? Holy shit. I don't think I could make it through a marriage ceremony that I was a part of. Like, I don't know, man. It's so basic. It's so basic. And there's no way to fall right into the middle of something like that. Because some people try to have these marriages where it's like, they put all this effort into it not being a normal marriage ceremony that they're trying too hard. And it goes in the other end of the spectrum where it's awful, because it's just like, God damn, dude, chill out. We're gonna zip line down to the altar. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Yo, I saw this video the other day, and I shared it with you guys yesterday on stream, where this girl was wearing her shirt backwards. It was a button-up collared shirt, and the bitch had it on backwards. And, you know, how are you that manner of bitch? You know, how do you reach heights of bitchery that are unparalleled like that? You know what I mean? We live in a world where maybe some of us got like 4 stories, some of us got 5 stories, you know, on a bad day. But some of these people manage bitchery tiers that are skyscraping. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's continue. I'm so sorry. Ooh, that bitch was wearing that shirt backwards. I was like, no, okay, no. If anybody wasn't here for yesterday's stream and didn't see that, oh, you're lucky, okay? Number 3 here. Focusing way too much on small details. Nobody cares what color the napkins are. It was my wedding, and I don't remember what fucking color the napkins are. Get napkins, move on. No need to stress about it. Number 4, my birthday is Halloween, and our wedding date is in mid-November. We went to Vegas and stayed at the Mandalay Bay Hotel for my Halloween birthday to blow off some pre-wedding steam. We got way too drunk and ended up getting married early. We got married at the Mandalay Bay Hotel and got free tickets to the Shark Tank there. There is a picture of us completely wasted in the Halloween costume, holding up our marriage certificate with a shark behind us. Cost $150. We vow to never tell a soul that picture, and our real marriage certificate is hidden in a picture frame behind our fake certificate and picture. Our November wedding was a mess. People were getting drunk, making remarks about how I was going to get laid that night. My mother-in-law and embarrassed the hell out of us. My nephew was barely a year old and walking like a drunk. Well, if he was barely a year old, we were pulled apart from each other the whole day. Half of those dingbats left after we served the cake. One woman was digging for gold in her nose when we said our vows. Cost $5,000 plus. Ugh. Is that fucking Haru? We can talk about Haru soon, guys. But, I'm not trying to shame her. But I guess she's bored enough to make her return. Haru. Stripe says, hey, Kyle, can you read stuff from the bodybuilding forum? Those meatheads make me laugh. I guess Stripes just, you know, wants to take the list in her own direction. And that's fine. Only considering, you know, I haven't prepared anything today. Today is hilarious. And that, like, I'll take you guys somewhere soon. Don't worry about it. Here's a.
Hi, Sayale.
Why, thank you, Chuckster. Hello to you as well. I hope you're having a fantastic beginning to the new year. And if you're somewhere that's utterly cold, I hope that you're keeping warm. You're a badass, you know. Thank you again. But in the vein of Stripes wanting, I don't know, bodybuilder entries, there's one that says, gym employees, what's your best roid rage / gym freakout story? This ought to be interesting. So, number 1 here reads, there was this guy at the YMCA that I lifted at in high school who was crazy as hell. The first time I saw him, he strolled through the door, held his arms out wide, and announced, the Terminator is here. Okay. This one time he was using one bench, and I walked up to the one next to him, but there were plates on it. I turned and asked, is someone using this? I don't know, man, he said back, but fuck them. They left, it's your bench. So I did my bench presses. This doesn't really seem like much of a freak out. And the guy then deleted his his user profile. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going on here? Number 2 says, I saw a guy get mad at this spotter for jumping in to tell him when he was doing bench press failure. He was screaming, "You ruined my whole set. You ruined my whole set." The guy then walked over to the wall, put both hands on the wall, and shrieked like, "Yeah!" Then stormed to the locker room. Everyone literally stopped what they were doing to watch this unfold. Man, these seems like the definition of you had to be there stories. How about that? I'm dying. I'm dying. What story you don't tell people because they won't believe? Okay. When I was 11 years old, I always used to take a shortcut through the local graveyard at night when coming back from the arcade. The arcade, remember that? One night there was a storm and the graveyard was muddy. I fell off my bike and hit my elbow and head, so I took cover under a grave house to check if I was bleeding or something else. It was already dark, but I could see 3 men carrying a bag and dumping it into an open hole. Then they proceeded to cover it. I saw everything. When they left, I went to the guard's place and told him what I just saw, and he told me to calm down and gave me a cup of milk and told me to stay there while he went to check it out for himself. Don't drink that milk, nigga. Don't drink that milk, nigga. This graveyard guard is in on that shit. He getting paid to shut his mouth too. And he's probably been told, if anybody comes to you and said that they saw anything, offer him a cup of milk and put these drugs in the milk, baby. Can't be trusting people. You know what I'm talking about? Now listen, guys, I don't consider myself paranoia out the asshole, but I'm not drinking a lot of shit that people are handing me. I'm not eating a lot of shit that people preparing for me. I know that's crazy. I know that's paranoid. But hey, baby, when you see some of the shit that I seen, better to have your wits about you for what's about to come. You know what I'm talking about? So when he comes back, he looks at me and didn't say a word. He called the police. But when they arrived, I heard him told them that I was on drugs and that I was lying. I freaked out. So I jumped out of the window over the fence and ran home. They found a decapitated body 3 days later. Somebody said, "What? Was the guard in on it?" You fucking know he was, baby. Baby. You don't just go into a fucking graveyard and have a hole dug, prepared and shit, and then be dropping the body in there, baby. People get paid to watch over this graveyard, so people then need to be paid to shut their hoe ass mouth, baby. Can't do that shit nowadays because you can't trust people, so the robots got to do it. Somebody, even if I were a person who owns this graveyard and I hired a dude that's overnight to be watching out with a graveyard, I would have cameras that the graveyard guard knows about, and then I would have cameras that the graveyard guard doesn't know about. That's how you run a business, motherfucker. That's how you run a business. I'm sorry to all of y'all niggas working somewhere and you think you know about all the cameras. You don't know about all the cameras, baby. That's not how we make sure shit goes the way that it needs to go. Wake the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? Wake the fuck up. As we roll up to another entry on this pussy ass list. Number 2, I work security at a double lockdown. I guess tonight is the security list. What was the name of this list again? What's the story that you don't tell people because you won't believe? Strange. Oh boy, I work security at a double lockdown inpatient psychiatric hospital. For clarification, for those who may not be aware of what any of these words mean, this guy work at a crazy house, and not just like a cuckoo, loco, crazy, normal people bin. I'm talking like they gotta strap these motherfuckers down. I'm talking like Hannibal, with the face mask and. You know, he about to eat you. You know what I'm talking about? He about to eat you. He gonna eat you. Oh, I'm gonna eat you. We have several units that specialize in both chemical dependence and mental health disorders. My unit is the stabilization unit. So if you're really off your rocker or you feel like you're gonna get violent, you come visit me. We get a call for possibly violent patient and I go check it out, and it's a very tall, very slender young girl wearing what can only charitably be described as her hair is unkempt and clearly has become estranged from shampoo. And she is covered from head to toe in filth that I'm praying is not her own. She's in rough shape, clearly sick, and needs some help. She doesn't respond to any verbal questions or commands, but we can lead her around pretty easily. I'm starting to wonder why they called me up. They tell me to put her on the SU, and a couple nurses are going to clean her up a little bit, put her in scrubs, and get her sorted out. They lead her into the shower, and the patient starts screaming. I'm gonna start screaming on that ass. Then the nurses start screaming too. Then everyone starts screaming. This poor young woman is covered in what are clearly human bite marks. Everyone is freaking the fuck out. The patient didn't want to be undressed and is lashing out wildly. So she had to be put in a 4-point restraint, wrists and ankles tied to a bed. It's getting kinky in this motherfucker. I'm kidding. This isn't funny. It's sad. All the staff are in various stages of shock, crying, praying, rending of garments. Nigga, y'all ain't fucking trained for this shit? This is so bad. You guys are exacerbating the situation by screaming too. Y'all need to be around this girl, letting her know that everything's fine. We're not doing this because we want to get a peep at your hot bod. We're doing this because we need to clean you. You need to be clean. You'll get infected, blah, blah, blah. Calm her down. Holy shit. Y'all shouldn't be working in this job if all it took was for her to start screaming and then there to be bite marks on her and y'all all screaming. Nigga, what the fuck is going on? And I want somebody to respond. Wait. Reddit, man. None of this probably happened. So let's just get through these stories. All the staff are in various stages of shock, crying, praying, rending of garments. Someone had clearly been keeping this young woman mentally ill girl captive and abusing her for quite some time. The bites are across her torso, and the appendages there are both new and old ones. The nursing supervisor immediately calls the cops, and we just stand around staring blankly at each other, thinking about how fucked up people are to each other and the evil in this world. One of the nurses who had been a psych nurse longer than I have been alive suddenly yells, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." The patient had craned her neck over and sunk her teeth into the meat of her upper arm, and blood was oozing from behind her lips. We had to put a spit shield over her face to stop her from trying. You know, it's when I make the joke about Hannibal wearing a face mask and then this shit comes out in the story that I feel terrible. All of the bites were self-inflicted. She was able to contort herself in ways that I didn't think was possible. I still think about her a lot, and I don't think yoga is sexy anymore. A true ending to a Reddit post. A true ending to a Reddit post, and I don't think yoga is sexy anymore. Well, gentlemen, let's read one more from this list, and then we got to get out of here. We're going to go to another one. And here's hoping that somebody's keeping tabs at home. Hey, somebody who lurks and rarely ever says anything in my streams, tell me that you're actually counting the amount of stories that I've done. Tell me the number we're on right now. Bing bong. So, number 5 on this list. Most people don't believe me when I tell them that I got stabbed in middle school, but to be fair, the scar on my stomach looks kinda surgical. This guy had been picking on me and my friends all semester in study hall, and then the teacher left and threw a stapler at my friend, so I stood up and he walked over and punched me in the face. We started fighting. At one point, he fell against the teacher's desk, grabbed something, and swung it at me, hitting me in the stomach. It didn't faze me too badly at the time because 13-year-old adrenaline was pumping. I got him in a headlock right after, and that ended the fight. Blood everywhere. Apparently, he had grabbed an XAC20 knife, or an X-Acto knife, or an X-Acto knife. Oh, and sliced me open a good bit. It was pretty fucking deep, and it hurt like fucking hell as soon as I realized what happened and I had to go to the hospital. Here's the icing on the cake. Because of the zero tolerance, you're getting ahead of yourself, Kyle. Take it down a notch. Because of the zero tolerance policy in the school, after there was an investigation to find out what happened and it was determined that we were fighting, I was put in ISS for the entire last week of middle school for standing up for my friend and getting stabbed. I was also grounded by my parents. See, this is when you just bide your time, buy a gun, and murder your family. I mean, yes, a Kyle joke, but at the same time, baby, here's the thing. If we're all rough and tough niggas and we reach a point where we're old enough, you know what I'm talking about? Say we make it out of high school and we're in college now, and we see that the world is broken. You know what I mean? The system of law is not working in favor of the people. It's working in favor of whoever has money. You know what I'm talking about? And when we see that the world is not as clear cut, it's not as right and wrong, it's not as just as people like to pretend, okay? Maybe we're old enough to kind of accept that and just roll with the punches. You know what I mean? Shit's not fair. You know, fish swim, birds fly. You get what I'm saying? But when you're a little nigga, when you're a little nigga and you come into terms with the fact that the world ain't fair, that shit's not right. You know what I mean? And it'd be one thing if your school has some broken ass policies where some nigga can roll up and just stab you in the fucking stomach, and then you getting in trouble, nigga. You getting in trouble. This boy stabbed you in the stomach for defending somebody. You getting in trouble, baby. But to fucking go home and hear no bullshit about your parents fucking grounding you, you know what I mean? I'll pull out a microphone and establish some kind of speaker system in the house and be like, I need y'all to listen the fuck up, because these gonna be the last words y'all ever hear in your pussy ass lives. I would kill y'all slowly because that's what you deserve, but maybe I'm feeling a little bit of generous, so everybody is getting put out of their misery. A lickety split. Any last words? Just kidding. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck you mean you went home and your parents grounded you for getting stabbed in the stomach, my nigga? You know what I mean? What, they mad at you for the hospital bills? What you mean you got stabbed at school? It was your fault, Billy. Billy, don't you ever get stabbed at school again. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't trying to play these hospital bills. Money don't grow on trees, Billy. You're grounded. Like, who is this, Butters? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, so as we roll up to another whoa, wait a goddamn minute, okay? Somebody else goes, wait a minute, you went to the International Space Station for getting stabbed? That's brutal. And somebody else says, zero tolerance, zero gravity. Okay, that's exactly how he wanted that delivered too. He wanted it zero tolerance, zero gravity. You better not get stabbed again, Billy. I'll stab you right now, and now you're grounded, Dad. Your parents gonna ground you, Dad? Are your parents gonna ground you, Dad? Fuck you, Dad. I hope you don't sleep, nigga. I'm gonna tell you right now, Dad. I hope you don't sleep, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, Dad. I hope you don't sleep. Imagine you're a middle schooler. You get stabbed, you get in trouble at school, and then your parents ground you. And they know the story. They know that you were defending somebody. They know that you got stabbed. They know that you got in trouble for it. Your parents are gonna ground you. You know what I'm talking about? Would you be looking around for cameras like, is this a YouTube joke? Logan Paul, hello? Somebody, this is a joke, right? Y'all fucking around, right? Logan Paul fucked around in a suicide forest. It brought a camera crew in there, edited and produced the video, and was like, oh my God, I didn't know. What you mean you didn't know? YouTube's gonna let that shit roll on, you know what I'm talking about? But Kyle can't read a fucking list and just spew a couple opinions without getting demonetized on YouTube. It's a scary thing, man. And like I said, maybe I'm old enough as a nigga to just roll with the punches and deal with the fact that the world ain't fair. But if I was a middle schooler, shit, I'd be digging up corpses in the graveyard right now, baby. Coming at you guys. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Hitting you with another YouTube video, guys. We're in a graveyard right now. Look at this body. This body looking old as hell. Look, everybody comment how old you think this body is. I'm gonna dig up this other one. Oh my God, look at this other body. Which body y'all think was older? This one looked like a hoe. Yeah, you can tell by the way they dressed it. Weird. Don't forget to like. What? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody should kill those people. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. Somebody should kill those people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just kidding. I'm not mentioning Logan Paul because I give a shit. I'm mentioning Logan Paul because YouTube allows this nigga the platform to fuck around. And I'm salty, Joe Hament. Listen to me contextually. I'm salty because all of my quote unquote content, me just reading shit off the internet and maybe putting a little bit of my opinions in between, is deemed advertiser non-friendly. Do you get what I'm saying? This nigga is at the reins of his own channel. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if it was like a whole bunch of different people and this is just one dude that occasionally gets in there. You know what I mean? These niggas went into a fucking forest to tape a dead body with intent to do that. And then it went through a whole bunch of different hands before the video got edited and produced and then uploaded. Do you feel me? And if he was drinking alcohol in the video saying shit out loud, like I know this is going to be demonetized, that is what we call premeditation. I'm not mad at this nigga. I'm mad at the people who allow him to do this. I'm mad at YouTube because YouTube says to me, hey, Kyle, all of these things that you do, nah, we're not all right with it. You know what I mean? We're not all right with it. And I'm like, okay, I guess there's malicious intent with what I do, right? Because I have enough of a following where I'm like instructing people on how to do things terribly or something, right? Like I'm having a negative input. Like I'm having some kind of get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. But it's just funny. It's much like the thing that I just read. A little kid gets stabbed. A little kid gets in trouble for getting stabbed. He goes home and his parents ground him. It's not fucking right. Okay? So I'm in a situation where it's like, hey man, let me read this shit on the internet and then put it out there, you know? And like, hey, maybe there's some shit wrong about what I'm doing for real, but it's not what I'm getting attacked for. Like I'm getting attacked for all the wrong reasons. And it's like, what you gonna do? So all we could do is continue. Who cares? You gotta roll with it. We're too old now to not expect that the world is fucking terrible. So here's another one. Night shifters on Reddit. What is your scariest story? Oh my God, that sounds like some kind of spooky list. Maybe I should hit it up with some of that spooky music. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, baby. Oh, damn. I work nights as a zookeeper. Sometimes we have to check on the gorillas in their indoor holding. You walk down a dark hallway, maybe 6 feet from their enclosure. All you have is a flashlight. And it's sometime after midnight. Your goal is to go check on each gorilla to make sure they're okay. The gorilla's goal is to scare the ever-loving shit out of you. It's a game for them to get you to scream. They love hiding behind the walls, sneaking up on you, and then bellowing as loud as they can right next to you. It's a fun game for them. Haunted houses have nothing on gorilla jump scares. Welcome to 5 Nights at Harambe's. Number 2. I was working real late one night doing emergency IT stuff. Walking around the office building, most of the lights were off and it's dead silent. As I'm walking by, this guy suddenly rises out of his cubicle like a demon gopher from hell. He stares at me with what seemed like unnaturally wide eyes. Turns out he was working late, and we had scared the shit out of each other. Number 3 on this bitch. I used to work for a sub shop as a delivery driver. Weirdest thing was the Montana Cowboy. I'm located in Milwaukee, so we have a diverse crowd of homeless. One night around 1 a.m., a cowboy-looking dude walks into the shop. He seems just off on something. Can't form any sentences whatsoever. all I could get out of him was his name, Ben. Well, Ben seemed like he was very drunk, smelled like it too, and had something else in his system. He kept kind of saying the same gurgled mess over and over. No idea what he was saying. Me and the manager I was working with were pretty chill guys, so we'd offered him a cup of soup and a sandwich for free. He was so happy and thankful, I think. While he's eating, I went out on a delivery and stopped the car at an apartment. As I'm walking up, a cowboy walks out. Not the same cowboy, but a different one. I said hello or whatever, but he responded with the gurgled mess that the guy in the shop said to me, like some cadence, the same tone, everything. It even kind of looked like him. I thought that was weird, so I got back to the shop and the cowboy's still there. He's eating and saying nonsense, and my manager thought he was from Montana. So I go on another delivery, walk up to the apartment building, but wait a fucking second. There's a motherfucking cowboy with a motherfucking cowboy hat sitting on the stoop and asks me for $1. I told him all the cash I have is for my work, and he said a gurgled mess like the last two guys, and I left. Now here's the fucking kicker. I go back to the shop and Ben is gone. So I go on with my last delivery around 3 a.m. and pull up to a house. It's lit up outside and I can see people are moving around in the shadows of the window, and I knock on the door, and who answers? Fucking Ben. And who's in the fucking house with him? The other two fucking cowboys. Ben says, "Sup," hands me a $100 bill and slams the door. I was dumbfounded. Were they triplets? They must have been triplets. They must have cowboyed his ass. Ah, the classic cowboy. That's back when pranks were very elaborate. When you're triplets and you're gonna get your two triplet brothers to dress up like cowboys just like you, send one of them to the place where the deliveries are happening, then have the delivery guy walk by one of the guys sitting down on the pavement, and he's just like, "Hey, can I have $1?" Some shit. And then he gets to the door and it's the same cowboy. And these guys just like, what the fuck? Oh my god, classic. You just got cowboyed. Alright. Here's another one. Working in a restaurant at 2:30 a.m., some dude shows up and is just watching us through the front window. He seemed drunk at first, ignored him for a few minutes, turned back around, and he had a huge fucking rock in his hand. He lifts it above his head and slams it against the window. It shatters the outside layer. He then looks directly at us and says, "I'm gonna kill all of you." We dialed the police immediately and armed ourselves with kitchen knives. He wandered back to his car and sped off. The cops got there maybe 8 minutes later, seemed like 30 at the time, and couldn't find the guy. We were robbed at gunpoint a few nights later, and I just walked out and never went back. Well, Jesus Christ, this was a little bit too real. That's not cool. That's not cool, it just sucks. I feel terrible now because the real world is a little bit more gangster than it should be. How unfortunate. Let's read probably 2 more from this list and we'll go from there. Used to work in an ice cream factory from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Second day on the job, this tenured line leader was trying to unclog compacted cookie dough from the machine. Using her fucking finger? It chopped off the end when it unclogged and started again because no one stopped it. I'm still fresh and new, as in helping her out and learning. She jumps off the ladder and yells, "It cut my goddamn finger off." I froze in fear. She pushed me aside, grabbed all the paper towels, and booked it to the ER. We found her fingertip in the ice cream catch a few minutes later and had to trash the entire batch and start fresh. Just before my days off, I had to come back, and the next day, short-handed. More like short-fingered. More like short-fingered. It's a shame you guys had to trash that whole batch. I'm sure that somebody in here has like a fucking flesh or blood fetish where, you know, blooding up that batch of ice cream. That's what makes it delicious. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody responds to this and says, I work at a place that sells bagels. We have one of those automatic bagel slicers with the spinning blade. The other day, a bagel got stuck and my coworker starts reaching his hand down the slider to free it. I just screamed, "Do not," and snatched his hand back and looked like he just saw his life flash before his eyes. And yeah, that's how we almost ended up in one of those "what do we do now" new hire videos. Or in what not to do. Bing bong. Someone else responds, if you were working in a donut place, would you have yelled bagel? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I hope somebody in the stream gets it. Maybe I don't want to get it. Somebody says, I worked for a taxi company doing quiet night shifts. One time a customer phoned in to say her hire was late and I had to tell her that I didn't have any bookings at her address for then. She swore me out and cut off the call. 10 minutes later, she phoned back to say that she found out where my office was and was coming down with her boyfriend and her brother. This was about 2:30, and at 3:10, a car pulls into the front of the office and two men get out and try to force their way into the office building. I phoned the police, but the people left before the police got there. Pretty scary. Drugs. It's always drugs. Here's another list. What's the story that you want to share with Reddit, but haven't had the Askreddit question yet? Oh boy. Let's shake it up and go back to another fucking track here. There we go. Oh yeah. A little bit louder. Okay. Oh yeah. When I was little, I was perplexed by how I could not drink, or how I could drink water through my mouth, but not my nose. Okay. After thinking it was definitely doable, I quickly ran to the kitchen and filled up a cup with Dr. Pepper to test out my hypothesis. Ooh. I have no clue as to why I chose Dr. Pepper over water. This turns out to drastically worsen things as I proceed to stick just my nose in the overflowing cup of Dr. Pepper and try to drink it. Well, needless to say, I immediately started choking on Dr. Pepper and had the worst nose-burning sensation probably ever known to man. Luckily, I was home alone and no one witnessed this idiotic science experiment. Well, now he knows. And knowing is half the battle. Someone in the stream chat seems to be confirming that, yeah, it was as stupid as I thought it was. Well, where the do not sounds like donut, and then bagel is like it's terrible. It's terrible. I didn't think it could be that bad. I wanted there to be a hidden meaning, and the only hidden meaning that I could have surmised would be if it were, in fact, a reference to something that I'm not aware of, but Jesus Christ. Nah, it's bad. It's bad. You guys are crazy. It's a bad joke. We're moving on too. Somebody says, my stepmom own a couple of hot dog stands that are located in Home Depots. Every summer she caters an outdoor movie night event for the community of her cousin. It's an all-day event, and when I was in college, they asked me to help out and gave me money. They got paid, so I have some money for school. The morning of the event, I got to my dad's house and started helping him load the hot dog cart onto the back of his truck. All of a sudden, this SUV starts speeding down the alley, and my dad narrowly avoids hitting him. But as the SUV passes, it took out the driver's side mirror of my dad's truck. The SUV then stops a few houses down, and the guy jumps out and runs into a house. My dad and I both look at each other really confused, and then went to check out the damage. The mirror was hanging off, so we had to start figuring out a way to tape it because we needed to make it the hour-and-a-half long drive to the event. After a few minutes, the guy from the SUV comes back out and walks towards us. My dad was pretty pissed and looked ready to confront him. The guy stops right in front of the mirror, looks at it, turns to us and says, "I'm so sorry, I was about to shit myself." I could barely withhold my laughter, and although my dad was still visibly kissed, I could tell that he thought it was funny too. Visibly kissed. Okay. Chief Daddy says, Kyle, is this the only stream today? Man, I might stream a video game after this. Why do you care? Why do you care, Chief Daddy? You won't be here for that stream. This guy. So as we roll to another list, because this one seems kind of weird. It says, what is your horrible freshman roommate story? Man, I feel like I may have read something like this before. But what can I do? Jesus says, hello, Kyle and chat. A bit late. How are you doing, Jesus? Jesus. Hope you guys are having an interesting day. And that it's not too cold, you know what I mean? You guys are staying warm. The first entry in this roommate story reads, I lived in a triple. Let's call one of my roommates Tom. Tom was a disgusting, inconsiderate sex addict, and I'd venture one of the worst roommates anyone has ever had, but he wrote once. Here are just a few examples. Tom masturbated several times a day, just under his sheets, not subtly. Being a triple and largest room on the floor, we had people in and out of our room regularly. This didn't matter to him, and after a while we got him to agree to a rule that if we caught him wanking, he would stop, but once he was past a certain point, that just wasn't going to happen. Tom had a girlfriend on the floor and would sex-xyle us whenever possible, for example, when we were showering. She was a spitter, which I know because she had a spit cup by his bed that was never cleaned out. Dude, I've read this before. Ugh. Tom was a believer in the shit test. Do I want to know? Apparently, going to the toilet only to find out you didn't have to go is a big waste of time. So, you just stand up and try to get a little bit out first, then run to the toilet if needed. Let me read that again. Faith says, it's this story. I hate it so much. Tom was a believer in the shit test, okay? Apparently going to the toilet only to find out that you didn't have to go is a big waste of time. So what you do is you'd stand up, try to get a little bit out first, and then if you run to the toilet if needed. Once, while attempting this, he shit himself. A little, he claimed. Right before going out to a party. He asked me if he should shower, but then decided he had no time. Obviously, Tom did not wear underwear, and when he returned back from the party, he took off his pants and hopped naked into bed. I don't think those sheets were ever washed. Someone fucks this man. This man has a girlfriend. This man found a girlfriend that keeps a spit cup next to his bed to spit into. You know what I'm talking about? People who want to live a life and say that, you know, there's nobody out there for them and that they're going to be forever alone and all this bullshit. You're just not looking properly, boy, because this man has a woman. Holy shit. Tom once had to pee during a poker game in our room. Rather than leave, he used a solo cup under the table and then a second one that he urgently requested as the first one was filling up. When he finished, he put the cups on his desk. Later, someone noticed that the cups was on its side and empty over the side of the desk, having apparently spilled over his clothes on the floor. Tom got sick of not being able to have sex with his girlfriend whenever he wanted, so he had this great idea to buy a tent from Target so he could have sex while we were in the room. His girlfriend wasn't having it. Wow. The girl, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? You're dating Tom, and this is too much for you. So he moved his mattress and the tent to a janitor's closet. Apparently, a cleaning lady walked in on him sleeping naked there, and he was forced to move back in. We had 2 men's bathrooms on our floor, each with 3 showers. One shower belonged exclusively to Tom and his girlfriend. He kept a lawn chair in there because sitting is a luxurious way to shower. You can imagine what else went on in there and why nobody else used it. At the end of the year, we did a survey. Over half of the people on the floor had seen his penis at least once. Dude. Oh my God. Where do you stop, dude? Where do you stop? Where does it end? And yeah, I've read this before. Well, if I've read this before, it would be unfair to just do it again. As we go to number 2. The very first weekend of my freshman year in college, my roommates come back from a party at like 2 a.m. or whatever and proceeds to vomit on my fucking desk, which did contain my laptop computer now. Jay, I know you use fucking Reddit. If you're reading this, fuck you. So you didn't make him replace your laptop, or was the laptop fine? Bitch, you better give me. I'm not an unreasonable bloke. I think if somebody vomits on my laptop, that's like $50. That's like $50 right there. That's the only way I'm probably gonna look the other way. If it's still functional, I still had to. If it's still functional, and even if you cleaned it, I still had to handle my own laptop, which you vomited upon. Oh my God, sharing space with other people. My God. Somebody in the stream chat named Batmain is all like, man, how do I donate, man? Well, maybe I hit you with a little bit of a link, bitch. That's how you do it right there, bitch. I'm kidding, I love you. All right. Hey, look, it's Linda. I hope you're doing well. Sin Moon Goddess, the man, says, I know it's super late, but Happy New Year. Well, I know that you're probably just getting up from all fours, you know, with how you were celebrating your new year. So here's hoping that your new year goes a little bit differently than the last one. Bring ball, all right, guys. Here we go into the next list, because if I've read this before, it would be unfair to fuck around in it. Now, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I opened up a prank video, like not a prank video, but a list. It was a shitty list of like, you know, the worst pranks backfiring. But then I realized that because of Jake Paul being an idiot, dude, that I wouldn't want it indirectly linked to him. So I ended up just looking for other lists, you know? And that's, oh boy, but we can't escape that loser and his ignorance now. And guys, mark my fucking words, what this idiot has done will have indirect and terrible fucking consequences on YouTube as a whole, because this fool didn't do it in a way where it was kind of spontaneous. And this is what I like to say, like, imagine we go into a court, YouTube court right now, okay, homie? It's not like I was having a good day at work and everything's going well, and I come home and boom, my wife is fucking another nigga. So I pull out a fucking machete and I hack both of their bodies to death. You know what I mean? We can consider that a crime of passion, a spontaneous, oh my God, the emotions just overwhelmed me and I went crazy type thing. You know what I'm talking about? But if I were to go out and I were to buy a gun and I were to devise like traps and then have that going on in the house, and if there was obvious and blatant premeditated premeditation. If I decided that I was gonna go to a fucking suicide forest and bring a camera crew, okay, and then have people edit, cut together, mix up, and produce this video, it has to pass through too many different checkpoints before somebody goes, dude, we shouldn't do this. That's the bottom line. There was premeditation there. So when that becomes apparent to even the dumbest of fucking YouTube morons, right? They're gonna get fire for it. YouTube is gonna get a lot of fucking fire for it. They're gonna be like, okay, so you're just gonna allow this nigga to be crazy and do whatever the fuck he wants to do, even though it's having a really negative impact on people. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. This dead nigga had a family. This is how they found out about his body, you know? Some faggot made a viral video about it. Holy shit. The problem, of course, will be why YouTube allows it. And is it just because this dude is giving your site traffic, dude? Is that a great trade-off? You know? Is that a great trade-off that, you know, this dude just gets you enough? Because it's one thing where it's like, I got so much money that I can throw lawyers at a situation. You're not really going to be able to fuck me over. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that YouTube is still granting him this platform, you know? What the bing
For
bong?
some hot chocolate by a warm fireplace heart.
Why, thank you, Jesus. Jesus. Thank you. That's $10.99, baby. That can get more than just a little bit of hot chocolate. I could go to that what's that one hot chocolate that's like the best one? I guess a Swiss Miss, huh? That's what I'm thinking about. Baby. Get some of that Swiss Miss. I'ma do that. I'm gonna go get some of that with like little mini chocolate balls. But abuelita, look at her. You see how she got her when she bring her chin down, like, you know, it's that good shit. I put some crack in there. Thanks, abuelita. Abuelita, she put some crack in there. Oh wait, you guys couldn't see it. I'm so sorry. You guys couldn't see it. Okay, let me show you abuelita. Hold on. Okay, the one with the granny on it. The abuelita. Oh my God. Wait, Stripes was saying, oh my God, because Stripes is Mexican. So she would know the one with the granny on it because it's called abuelita. Okay. Oh shit. You would know this, but I've never seen this shit in my life. Okay. I've never seen this shit in my life, but I like the way she got her chin coming down like, I put some crack right in there. Nah, you want some of this coffee. It'll be the last coffee you want. It will be the last coffee you want. Sin Moon says, my knees kind of hurt from all of the blowjobs I've been giving, but I always joke that because I got a t-shirt tan from doing carts, and I joke I'm a beautiful chocolate man to sway from racist comments around me. Just gonna leave that comment. Let it be. Okay, so, oh boy, here we go. All right, we are gonna. They got a polar bear one on there for the kids. What the? He got a brownie mix too. Brownie mix for the kids. Hey, somebody followed me on Twitter. Isn't that Twitter? I mean Twitch. I really should start streaming game videos on Twitch, because apparently that's how everybody gets the views. You know what I mean? Not that I want views. I just want like an absurd following while I'm doing stupid ass gaming videos, because that's how I get in trouble. I'm gonna download virtual reality chat, and we're gonna do that. It's gonna be pretty bad. You guys are gonna like that. Kyle in virtual reality chat. Where am I as it pertains to this list, man? We got to be making some kind of progress here. Oh boy. Let's read the top one on this though. What's the worst prank that you've seen backfire? Put a bowl of wet cold spaghetti propped up over my little brother's bedroom door so it would fall on him when he opened it. An hour or two later, I heard the crash, ran down the hall to find that my big dumb dog was happily covered in surprise spaghetti. How is that the worst outcome though? You know that dog was loving it. But you had to clean him up, I guess, as opposed to him having to clean himself. Isn't that something? Special thanks to Jesus. One more time. Jesus. Oh my God. Constantly feeling like an eyelash is in my eye. It's pretty shitty. Oh man, what's this list? This is the gym list. That sucked. Oh, this list, I think I read a few in. Let's go read from what's on Reddit right now. You know? Reddit right now. This is what the top questions are. What is a dirty business tactic that you know and everyone should be aware of? Trust me, guys, as interesting as this list is, it'd be boring. It'd be boring for our purposes, you know? Like, I don't know how to describe it other than to say just that. What are phrases that, or sayings that you find really cringy? You know, these are all like one-word responses. Somebody says, any wine mom quotes, you know, like live, laugh, love. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, or need some mommy juice, haha, mommy juice. You laugh because I'm different. I laugh because you're all the same. Oh my god. Oh my god. If a quote could be Rick and Morty fandom before Rick and Morty fandom, this is it. You laugh because I'm different. I laugh because you're all the same. Okay, somebody says that my yearbook quote was supposed to be free the child within. Okay, man. Keep calm in anything they find cringy, okay? Anyone talking about their haters, oh my god. Oh my god. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Teachers, what's the pettiest thing that your child's parent has complained about? The color of red pen that I use? Apparently it's too dark of a red to be considered red. And if I can't do my job properly using the correct red, then I am unqualified to teach. Someone else says, I had a parent complain that their kid was wearing a tight spaghetti strap tank top because the kid got hot and took off her sweater. She yelled at me for what she dressed her kid in? Interesting. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. All right. Oh my god. It's the same list. I helped a friend pass calculus by tutoring him. His mom would come in and pray for him to pass sometimes, and I would just go with it to be polite. She goes to bed, and we go out to have a smoke. We come back inside, and she goes off the rails on me, yelling at me for enabling him and how all he does is waste his life and smoke, saying he'll never pass because he's lazy and I'm a loser. How it's my fault if he fails calculus for a third time. Uh-oh. Mind you, she asked for my help and I got paid next to nothing for all of this. The occasional dinner, $40 here and there. Ugh, the occasional man. I was so furious that I walked over to the table and handed her a literal ream of calculus problems he had been working on with me from that semester. I skipped a 1/4 inch of paper off the top and handed it to her, skimmed. I dropped the rest on the table and I said calmly, all of this work is here. You can look through it. I'm not going to stand here and be abused. Goodbye. His final was tomorrow. We had been at it for 5 hours that day, and our sessions would sometimes be longer. The KD, or the kid, was a trooper. I've never seen anyone work so hard, and it was the only reason I tutored him, for the shit compensation. My revenge was that he passed. I no longer tutor for free. What a slut. What a slut. Aaron Deere says, can you read that story? Read what story, Aaron Deers? Aaron Deere says, Stripes, the guy who died doing the Destroy Your Dick December. I don't want to, did somebody else actually subscribe on Twitch? If that's one of you from here, I appreciate it. Right. Mommy juice. Faith says mommy juice sounds like breast milk. I'd go for some mommy juice from the right titty. From the right titty. Oh boy. Let's get out of this one. This is pretty lame. Skinner. Damn.
Why is it things get moist as soon as I show up?
Well, I don't know, fat man. Tell us, why are you putting people in the splash zone? Oh my god. Oh my god, and that noise. Oh my god, and that noise. Guys, I don't like robbing you of things that are going on. Oh, thank you, Batman, for the subscription. Strange. Figured you should have been subscribed already, punk bitch. Ask me where the subscription button is when you don't know where the donation stream link is, and you all like, oh, how can I subscribe? And then we give you the link and then you don't do nothing. That's what I fucking thought, homie. But seriously, I don't like keeping you guys away from things that are popping off on the subreddit right now. So what I'll do is, look, the last time I opened this was when it was at 12,000 upvotes here. So I'll go ahead and reload this and you guys will see that it has reached 20,000. Oh my god. But the question is, what's a dirty business tactic that you know and everyone should be aware of? Well, the number one is, whenever you're offered a raise, get it in writing always. Sounds like a lot of people have been fucked over because they weren't smart enough to do this. You got to follow through, homie. Number two, some idiot editing his post like a faggot. Okay, so let's just go down to where he actually starts his shit. Say you're in a hospital and you get a sodium level ran, and let's say that costs you $50 now, not including the daily blood draw tries, which is about $15 now. Then an hour later, the doctor wants to add on a potassium. Okay, that's cute. Probably should have just ordered a BMP, but whatever. So he places an add-on order for potassium that is another $50. Now the total bill for those two tests are no other tests that day is $115. Here's the part that is fucked up. On most chemistry analyzers, it doesn't matter if you order, it doesn't matter what you're ordering. All three of these are done at the same time, and then the lab only reports out what you ordered. So if I order a K on a patient and a NA, K, and NCL on another patient, it's costing the lab the exact amount of money for both. But the patient with 3 tests is getting billed 3 times as much. Every time I bring this up, I'm told it's such a smaller problem relative to the, well, not when the hospitals are rich. It all adds up, man. God damn. Again. Hey, this one's been gilded twice. Oh, God. SpongeBob. What?
Sorry for the wait.
It's okay, it's okay, man. It's not your. Sorry, I was really invested in whether or not that the little thing was gonna drop in, because it was like bouncing on the rim. I don't know if anybody saw that. Why do I care so much? But no, seriously, thank you, Batman. Swagstickle says, Kyle, Happy New Year. What's your resolution? I don't have shit like that. You know, my mission is always the same. My mission objective is always just in my fingertips. I can graze it, and soon I'll be able to grip it. And then you'll all be in trouble. And then you'll all be gripping something that I have, if you know what I mean. Did I read this one? Reddit, what's your most disturbing, scary, or creepy story? Oh my god. With a title like that, I most certainly have fucking read it before. But, for the sake of this video, might as well read another one. I was outside, playing with friends, one afternoon. We were around 9 or 10 years old. We lived in a quiet area, and as we were playing, we noticed a man in a truck drive by over and over again. If this whole story is just a dude driving by in a truck, man, hold on to your fucking seats, y'all. Each time he passed my friend's yard, he would drive slowly. We then realized that this man was recording us with one of those old handheld recorders. It freaked us out. We ran inside and called his mom. She told them they needed to stay inside and that I should go home. I tried explaining that my mom wasn't home at the moment, but she still made me leave. I lived about a mile or two down the road, and I've never ran so fast in my life. I was terrified that the man was going to find me as I was running home, and when my mom found out what happened, she was super pissed off that my friend's mom hadn't allowed me to stay at their house until she could come pick me up. Yeah, I remember this, because it was like, damn, I guess that's the last time you playing at that front house, since the mom's a bitch. What the fuck? I vaguely remember this though, yeah. But number 2, this was back when I was a little kid in East Europe. My cousin and I were walking around the woods. We were maybe 8 to 9 years old. It was more like a large urban forest, big enough to get lost in. Suddenly, we saw a man standing in the bushes. He was wearing nothing but tidy whities, dress shoes, and a watch, and had his back towards us. We kinda just froze there, staring at him. He must have heard the rustling behind him and slowly turned around. He had the creepiest smile on his face and started slowly moving towards us, making a beckoning motion with his finger. I remember being frozen with fear a few moments before turning around to look at my cousin, who was no longer there. Jinkies. I could only see his heels flashing in the distance as he was running away. Of course, I followed him immediately, and I don't think I've ever ran so fast before or since. I don't think I've ever ran so fast before or since. I've never ran so fast in my life. Oh my God. But seriously, guys, look at both of these stories and the fact that they have like, I've never ran so fast in my life. I don't think I've ever, you know, what was the other one? I've ever ran. I don't think I've ever ran so fast. Nah. Oh my God, with these stories. Here's the thing. I'm starting to run into shit that I've already read before. Military members of Reddit, what is your craziest or funniest story from boot camp / basic training? Wow, tell us all about it. 2 guys were caught fighting after lights out. DS runs upstairs, grabs the 2 guys, and drags them downstairs. The next morning, the 2 guys look worn and ragged, but seem to be in good spirits and seem to now be good buddies. Apparently, the DS made them hug each other, looking into each other's eyes, and say "I love you" to each other nonstop for the whole night. Oh my God. That's gay as fuck. Oh my God, that's so gay. That's really messed up. That's really messed up. While gazing into one another's eyes. Come on, man. I'd love that being an order and one of them just going, "Come on, man." Oh boy. Number 2 though. USAF here. So the country club rules apply. There was a guy who was genuinely worthless, and for the life of me, I can't remember his name, but the story, for the sake of the story, we'll call him Trainee Allen. But I recall at one point we were standing in formation doing a practice drill with marching shit on. No, we were doing a training drill thing with marching and shit, but Trainee Allen couldn't stand still. And after a barrage of screaming at him, the training instructors told everybody to stay still for as long as they could. Sure enough, Trainee Allen went to pick his nose, and the TIs went ballistic. Eventually, they had him stand in front of the entire flight with his finger up his nose and had him say, "Yar, digging for gold," like a pirate. Then it became a game of waiting for anybody to smile or laugh from this. So one TI stood by Trainee Allen yelling at him to say it again, "Yar, digging for gold." The other TI would stalk around looking for anybody to smile. Jesus. It was so hard to hold it together. Eventually, some poor bastard cracked and got annihilated with push-ups for laughing. I'll just never forget that bastard in front of 200 people with his finger up his nose going, "Yeah." Yeah, digging for gold. Whoa, that's the pirate way. Oh my god. Hugging it out. Another one says, okay. I got a few actually, but this one is the best one. The other are gross sex things. This one time my TI told us that I don't know if it's true. He told us, so I don't know if it's true or not. There was a male trainee who couldn't handle basic, so he came up with the genius plan to get out. He pretended he had an invisible giraffe. His TI walked up to him in formation after seeing his trainee's arm held up at an odd angle. TI, trainee, what the piss do you think you're doing? Trainee, sir. Trainee, reports as ordered. I'm holding my giraffe, sir. What the hell did you say? Your giraffe? Yes, sir. I'm holding my pet giraffe so it doesn't get away. No matter what the TI did, how often him and his flight were smoked, the trainee wouldn't stop holding his giraffe until one night the TI wakes up the trainee. Trainee, wake the fuck up. Trainee wakes up with a start. Trainee, sir. Trainee name. Reporting as ordered. What is it, sir? Your giraffe shit all over my luggage room, trainee. Clean that shit up. The trainee is obviously confused, but the TI yells at him to clean up the luggage room. It seems the shit got everywhere, so make sure the room is spotless. The trainee must empty out the luggage room, strip the wax floor, and re-wax it. After a few hours, he finishes and goes to bed. Right after he falls asleep, the TI wakes him up again. Trainee, your fucking giraffe shit in the goddamn luggage room again. Clean that shit up now. This continues until just before morning. The flight forms up downstairs, and the TI notices the trainee's arm is no longer in the air. He walks up to him and says, Trainee, where's your giraffe? He ran away, sir. Well. You just got fucked. Oh boy. His poor giraffe. I hope Stripes has him in like some kind of fluffy plush state, because Stripes has 1 billion squishables. Guys, one of you must have been counting so far. How many am I at here? Don't lie to yourselves. As a matter of fact, some of you don't even get to answer. Crazy X's of Reddit, what is your side of the story? Well, this ought to be interesting. Not me, but a client. I know her ex's friend calls her the Crazy X. As a couple, they were together almost 30 years. Very conservative, religious, and he had a great banking job, and he was a stay-at-home mom who volunteered for church. She was a stay-at-home mom, Kyle. How about that? Nice house, great kids, decent American cars, just really great on the surface. After 28 years, all the kids are grown. She got a job at a little boutique designing, what's it called? The sports leisure thing, because, you know, that's suddenly so popular. Yoga pants, whatnot. Anyway, she gets a job. It barely pays anything, but then she files for divorce. It turns out all this time her husband has been a miser. That might not be so bad on the surface, but he was a horrible miser. Washing the aluminum foil to reuse it. Oh my god. Come on. Didn't go to the doctor, wouldn't get braces for the kids because it was too expensive, no vacations, no pets, no luxuries of any kind. The reason she knows how to design is because she had to sew everything in their house. The reason she got into running was because it was the only activity she could do that was free. Now they have the nice house and the decent cars, not 1 cent of debt, and tons of savings and retirement accounts. The guy's been socking away money for years and telling his wife that she's nothing but a bloody drain on his resources. No way he will pay for kids' college funds. The minute she files for divorce, everyone turns on her. You're not supposed to get divorced in their religion, and how crazy she is. She's got a husband with a good job and a nice house, and she's leaving all that. What? Furthermore, in this state, for a marriage of long duration, it is assumed that the assets will be split 50-50. The courts believe that a non-working spouse's donations to the marital estate are as good as an employed spouse's donations to the estate. So, client gets half of the savings, half of the value of the nice house, half of the retirement account, and gets a little alimony for all the years. Well, first thing she does is go out and rescue a mutt. Every time I see her, she looks happier and happier. She's going to be okay. Her clothing line is starting to take off. But last time I saw her, she said she ran into one of her ex's friends and he started shouting at her that she ruined her ex. She's a fucking bitch. She should die. Go to hell. His wife is pulling him away and saying, honey, don't, the crazy bitch isn't worth it. So yeah, I've seen the other side of the story. I'm with her. Yeah, that's pretty sad. I mean, God, not being in debt, having nice things, you know, it's arguable whether or not it's worth it if you're doing that shit without luxuries. Pretty scary. Pretty scary shit. I hope you guys are managing to live in the moment a little bit, you know what I mean? Yes, it's definitely wise to not be short-sighted in how you address what's going on in your life, but you know, a life without luxury isn't really a life, it's an existence. And we already shortchange ourselves in certain departments, whether it be, you know, choosing not to associate with a lot of people because of, you know, how things may go, shit like that. There's no reason that you shouldn't just at least once a week, you know what I mean, figure out a way to do something for yourself, because in reality, no future minute or hour or day is guaranteed to us. You know, you may go to sleep tonight and not wake up. So don't make it so that you're, especially if you're not hurting other people, don't make it so that you're keeping yourself away from things that, you know, would benefit you and that you would enjoy, because this is sad, you know. I mean, bringing up kids is hard, and doing it and remaining debt free is hard, but goddamn. The worst part was when she was referred to as a drain on the resources. Holy hell. Damn, yeah. Well, what's number 2 on this one? I don't know if this qualifies as crazy, but I reported my ex's video to YouTube from like 40 different accounts to get it taken down. Why, you ask? Because I was 16 and he had been videotaping our foreplay and who knows what else on his MacBook without my knowledge, and then compiled it into a 5-minute long softcore porn video where he asked me to prom at the end. Oh, he sent it to you. That's so cute. But you guys are underage, okay? I guess. Depending on where you live. I think 16 is like legal somewhere. I don't remember. He then posted it on Facebook and his shitty YouTube account. What? He put it on YouTube. Oh, damn. All clothes were on during it, but it was still pretty raunchy. And I got ripped on pretty hard for it that summer at my job. I pretended to laugh it off, but every night I was going home and making a new YouTube account to report the video until it got taken down because he refused to delete it. Oh my God. Stripe says, hey, Kyle, check Instagram. Don't you mean Snapchat? Don't you mean Snapchat, Stripes? She just called Snapchat Instagram. Stripes has these big ugly octopus for Squishtables, and she has like a little one, and she put it on the other one's head. Stripes, have you still not taken that laptop out of its fucking Christmas? You got a Christmas gift that was a laptop and you haven't even opened it, Stripes? Stripes, open your laptop and use it. Open your laptop and use it. Girl, you living a life, girl. Oh my God, girl. Girl, you living a life, girl. She called Snapchat Instagram now. She called it Instagram. As we roll up to, look, man, I've got to have done 40 of these already. Let's see what's in another one. Have you ever... Oh my God, Kevin. Wow, oh my God. Thank you, Kevin. Look at them dancing. Look at that dance. Wow, he's really staying up there long. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, thank you, Kevin, for your $10 donation. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning of the year. And to all of you here, I just can't get enough of you. You know what would make my day, though? If every one of you liked this video. And at the end of it, I got to see 50 fucking likes. My God, I don't think I've ever gotten that much. Wow. This one says, have you ever seen a story on Askreddit and realized that they were talking about you? What was it? What was the story about? Who was telling the story? What's going on? What are you talking about? What the hell was that about you? Was that about you? This sounds like a good list that could have been, this sounds like a good enough list that it could have been its own list. But let's dig into it because I'm that kind of guy. I'm like, I love you guys, okay. I once read a story on R-Sex. A teenage boy was asking about good music for deflowering his girl. His description of his girlfriend was cringeworthy, soppy, and awkward. The music he picked was dreadful. I downvoted the post, and not long after, I have sex with my high school boyfriend for the first time. An awkward and anticlimactic experience. Oh my God. As most first times are, punctuated by the applause from several clunky live tracks he picked. He later admits to me that he'd asked Reddit for helping picking mood tunes. Ew. Anyway, I got a sex playlist. I'll play that for y'all later. I'm kidding. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No. Why'd you say that? Ah, that's not true. It's my sleep playlist is what it is. Never mind. Okay. No one's ever. You think you're gonna hear that? Okay. That's special. That's Kyl's. That's my playlist, okay? Move on, Kyle. Oh my God. Number 2. So this wasn't exactly an Ask Reddit thread, but fine. I decided to make a post on r/roast me. You guys know what roast me is? It's a pretty fun page. Let's go to it now. Let's see here. People post their picture on a subreddit and then they literally just say roast me. What does roasting mean for somebody who's so white that they don't even know? Oh, I just like you, Kyle. I don't even get what you're talking about all the time. You're so strange. Anyway, here's what roasting is. Roasting is pretty much just putting somebody on blast, kind of taking the piss at them, depending on where you're from, kind of having fun at their expense, teasing, prodding, making fun of them. Particularly as it pertains to their appearance. So in this instance, there is a subreddit where people constantly post pictures of themselves, and then they post a picture and the picture says, roast me. Now look at this cutie, she got like a little bit of a fat face going on, but nothing too terrible, she's cute, right? She's definitely, taking care of her appearance as well. Not chunky, to say the least. So what are the comments in r/roast me? Someone says, some middle-aged otaku is going to be looking at this for his escaped love pillow. Ooh, somebody else said lady boys. Oh my God. That's not really, like an insult. Somebody else says, you should start the new year off by wearing a push-up bra. Your double A cups shouldn't be sagging like a 60-year-old woman's chest. What the fuck? Now that's a bit intense. Guys, that's a bit intense. Jesus Christ, they are kind of low. What the hell? Okay, that top is more and more confusing to me now than... Dude. Get the fuck out of here. Look, we're going to this one, okay? My coworker needs a birthday roast. He's missing his 2 front teeth. God bless him. God bless him. So what do the comments say here? Okay, the top comment is roast me. God bless him. The second top comment says, I deeply wonder the shape of a sandwich after he takes his first bite. God damn. God damn. Somebody, the OP says, the person who made this post says, fact, he took off his fanny pack for this picture. Somebody else said, fanny pack, weird place to keep his meth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody said, wait, you call cellmates coworkers now? Come on now. He doesn't need a birthday roast. He needs a dental plan, haircut, and a gym membership. Can we? Okay, here's what we're going to do on Roast Me. We're only going to look at 3 more of these, okay? We're going to look at the top ones for the past week. That's it, okay? Loving this guy. Loving the guy in the tilted down head. And he wrote it on a fucking paper plate, too. You know, the tilted down head is my jam with this guy. And, my lord. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? So I have nothing to say. You know, I'm not a mean guy like that. But the top comment here reads, I mean, can you blame him? The only thing he got from fucking women was you. What? Oh, his top post says, my dad turned out to be gay after being married to my mom for 25 years. Roast me better than my dad roasted my family. And then somebody says, I mean, can you blame him? The only thing he got from fucking women was you. Oh boy. Rude. This one says, you look like you just had dinner in the men's room. Cock meat sandwiches. If I was a girl, you'd be the exact kind of guy I'd sleep with right before you roofied me. Right after you roofied me. Ooh. Well, look. Enough. Okay. Enough. Oh, what's wrong with this guy? He's just a security dude. Why would he do this? He looks like he's about to cry in the picture. Why would he do this? He says, I'm a bouncer from down under. Give me your best shot. Oh, what the hell? Oh, boy. Okay, so these Paul Blart sequels are getting out of hand. Okay. I legitimately thought all Aussies were cool, hip, and generally attractive until I saw this post. Okay. Chasing unruly children from the playground and into your van does not make you a bouncer. Okay. And now for the girl here. 18-year-old student from Denmark, new to Reddit. I recently got my hair done and I don't know how to feel about it. Roast me. A cutie. The only thing going on is her nose, which seems to have a weird little structure there. What's going on there? Looks like she's got like, it's like a box on top of, what is this that she's holding? Is this a packet? Is this like a super packet? What the hell is this that she wrote it on? That's fine. She's fine. She's cute. She's cute. What's wrong? What's going on there? You know? Let's see what people have to say about it. My God. Okay. My God. So the top comment is, your nose has a nose. Okay. I knew they'd go there. Your nose has a nose, dude. Oh, the poor girl. The only unattractive girl from Denmark. You can't say that, dude. She's fine. She's fine. She's cute. She's utterly okay. You can't say that. You can't say that, dude. Somebody says, I guess it depends. Did you say to the stylist, make it sort of a great value 90s Jennifer Aniston? Great Values being the bargain brand that you guys can get at your local Walmart, you know? You can get the Cap'n Crunch, or you can get the general, you know, bite, and there's a soundy bite, the loud bite. There's crunches and there's loud bites. There's captains and there's generals. So you get that general loud bite, that Great Value general loud bite. That's not funny, Kyle. Move the fuck on. Where were we again? Look. So it wasn't exactly an Askreddit thread, but one fine day I decided to make a post on Roast Me. The thread gathered a fair number of comments throughout the day, and in the afternoon I was sitting in calculus lecture. I checked my phone for updates on the post and saw a comment that said, who do you think you are sitting in the front row of a calc lecture? I was confused for a second. Then I realized that someone from my calc class must have been browsing the subreddit. I commented back and he said he'd say hi after class. After class ended, someone from the row behind me tapped me on the shoulder, and it was "You fancy hearing cake." We had a good laugh about it, including just how coincidental it was that he randomly ran into a Reddit thread featuring the guy sitting in front of him. So, "You fancy hearing cake." Let's look at the actual post, though. College freshman here, fuck me up. Oh my god. Oh my god. You don't need this. You don't need this subreddit to fuck you up, son. Oh my god. Here we have the rare college Pepe. He only appears once every 1,000 freshmen. Nah, man. Oh my god. So back in the list of, have you ever seen a story about you on Reddit? Number 3, I know my ex's Reddit account. He admits on relationship threads on how he messed up with me. Kind of nice to know he's not lying to himself about what happened. Kind of infuriating. His pride prevented him from admitting he wrongs me, though. Aww. Lame. Number 4, found a post by my ex-boyfriend replying to a question about why his last relationship ended. It was interesting to see the other point of view. It was hard to read, but definitely helped me move on to find out what he really thought, as what he'd told me was less harsh. Gay. Somebody said, today I fucked up by throwing my steak out of a window. The story had me in tears. Oh, it was about him? Oh, I think we've heard this one. It was about how, like, some idiot went to a dinner of his wife's boss and then threw the steak out the window because he thought that was a good idea. A good idea. My wife didn't know I knew her Reddit account. Saw her talk about how I let myself go and was no longer sexually attractive to her. She was asking how to make me take care of myself. I then lost a ton of weight and started to take care of myself better. You should have broke up with a bitch ass. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Rhea says, number 3, sounds like me. Have an ex's Reddit account. 3 years later, he still posts about me. 3 years later, you're still reading his posts, you fucking cow. God. You people need to get away from it. I get it. Like, you just love spreading your legs and then letting people jam it in you. And to the guys, I know you just love getting inside, ladies. But guys, oh my God, sometimes you need to let go. All right, that shit's fucking you guys up, whether you know it or not. Hanging on to people that are you're just out of their lives now. Oh no. Okay, there's so many things that you guys are inadvertently ruining your potential towards. Like, you are putting obstacles in your own way, and you don't know it. That's time that could be better spent doing other things. Hey, we all have difficulty remaining productive. You know, jumping through hoops and getting a little bit of cash, that's, you know, par for the course, or at least at this point, you know what I mean? But guys, just find something else to do, you know, find a hobby, find a skill. To these days, like when I play games, I feel I constantly have this feeling that I could be doing something better. But what? You know what I mean? And that's the problem. But we got to find that what. We have to figure out what that thing that we should or could be doing is, you know? And not everything that earns us money is just the definition of what we should be doing or is productive. You know, we have to find things that give us fucking, wait. Vantastic says best Splatoon DLC. What, this? Oh God, because it probably says Splatoon in the description. Oh no. Well, I don't even know where to begin trying to fix some things. Somebody says, I met a redhead from a local subreddit. Cool girl, we got along. Went out on a date, had Korean food, went back to my place, watched Survive Style 5. I really liked that movie and was just interested in showing it to her. She liked it, then had to go home. Later, I saw a post by her that said she wishes guys would just surprise her and ravage her sexually. I think that's why she came over. Whoops. Well, yeah. Too bad I don't know any redheads waiting to be ravaged. It'd be funny if somebody comment like, I'm dyeing my hair right now, Kyle. Okay. I'm kidding. Oh my god. So what's the this one says Redditors who have, oh man, another Supernatural. You've probably read it. Plus 500 upvotes. This got nowhere. This went nowhere. Guys, an hour and 40 minutes. I know I got somebody in the Splash Zone reading for this period of time. So the real question is what I'm gonna end this list with. Let's read a couple of these. What statistics seem like obvious exaggerations? Not even. How do I go to, I want to get to the top. Jesus Christ, that is not where I meant to go. I have to make it big really quick. Sorry. Alright. For the past week. All of these are grayed out because I've read them before. What is surprisingly not scientifically proven? Who cares? Couples of Reddit, what are fun things to do with your significant other at least once? Suck my ass. What are some cheats for living alone for the first time? Parents of really smart kids who never really went anywhere in life. What advice would you pass on to similar young people now? Barf. Native Americans of Reddit, what's something that you want people to know about modern Native Americans? Okay. We should educate ourselves in what they want us to know about them. How large families can get. In Native American cultures, you're... Sedasia, nah, sweetie, you've done so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you see that cup? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sedasia's donation was like, get the fuck out of here. That cup lost its shit. Sedasia, sweetie, I love you. Thank you so much, Sedasia. You've really just done the world for me, and I can't do anything but appreciate you for it. Thank you again. You're amazing. You're amazing. For real. I don't even know how to handle Sedasia sometimes. Or any of you. You're all amazing. And I know that you know that you know. Oh my god! I nearly kicked something over just now. I apologize. Ooh, I woke up really late and that's why I wasn't exactly prepared tonight, and I apologize, you know what I mean? That was pretty stupid, but, you know, it won't happen again. So, sorry, the Native Americans say, oh my god, that sounds really messed up saying it that way, but it's true. This is what the Native Americans say. The Native American says, like I just pulled the crank on that machine. How large the families can get. In Native American culture, your aunts would be considered your mothers. Same things on the male side, and your cousins would be your siblings. Because of this, I have 6 grandmothers. It's just an interesting fact. I think that doesn't seem to be commonly known. On a darker note, how high the suicide rates can be? God damn. I don't like that somebody started off saying LOL. I accidentally dated a cousin for a long time. Our family split a couple of generations back. Look, man. Someone else says, our identities are super diverse in terms of tribes, regions, assimilation, tradition, religion, education, socioeconomic status, oh my god, language, urban, res, rural, etc. Because of this, you're going to get a lot of native... You want to know something terrible, and I feel terrible, and if you are a Native American listening to this right now, I love you to death and my heart goes out to you, but as an American, or a typical American I should say, with the attention span of a typical American, I can admit to you that it's like, this is boring, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I'm not interested in your culture, it's like, I think I want like visual aids or something, you know? It's not something that I really thought about. In the same way that I don't think about like the intricacies of Jews or you know, anybody or anything. We all know that we have cultural differences, but most people probably aren't interested in learning about those differences. And to be honest, I would venture, I would wager that most people wouldn't find out the intricacies of certain people's cultures unless the pussy was what was dangling on that string. Do you get what I'm saying? And I guess to make it even more apparent, let me say this to you. Some guys wouldn't even speak to ladies if they weren't just trying to play the nice guy role to get into their pants. And I will say that I believe that much of what we've learned about other cultures isn't because people were genuinely interested. It was because they were trying to get something out of them, be it money, being pussy. You know what I mean? These are really stupid things and random. It seems so random that I'm just talking about this crap, but it's like, holy hell. I know some people that I know, you know what I mean? They are just terrible. People are terrible. That's why we all kind of keep our distance and remain super cautious. But, you know, I'm a real motherfucker, so I have no hesitation admitting that I guess I'm not particularly super interested in the very specific, and especially when you're listing all of the different flavor Skittle is gonna be the outcome here. Like, it doesn't make me racist. I just have a short attention span, and boy, you really have got to hook me with something interesting, according to what I'm about. And I guess it has to be morbid to be interesting to me, huh? So while we're on that note, let's just go to WTF and then end our night in a very fantastic and sexy way. A Twinkie nailed to the ceiling since 2017. Ew. 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 Ugh. Started 2018 off with a sign. Oh no. God, doesn't that make you think about how it got inside the windshield if it obviously was run into? Do you know what I mean? Because like this is clearly it impacted, it hit the sign right there, and that's why it makes that kind of indentation. And then how'd it get inside the windshield? Wait a minute. Oh my God. A goose flew into a plane and destroyed the windshield. Holy bing bong. Is that the goose right there? Ew. Ew. You could see its goosiness all like wedged in there. Look at it. Ew. That's the goosiness. Ugh. Okay. Gross, gross, gross. Punk ass goose flying away. Get out of my skies, goose. Okay. All right. My friend from the Philippines took this at a local store. Wait a minute. Ladies, what is Pantene Pro V? It's conditioner. Why is it grouped with pork luncheon meat? Gross. Pork luncheon meat. Look, man, I'm just gonna go to one. I'm just gonna go to this one. We gotta stay away from this thing, man. Factory worker rolled through a machine that had to have broken every bone in his body. Oh my God. Man gets mangled by a bull. No, it would be sick of me to want to watch these things. So let's just go to street fights instead. That way people live. You know what I mean? That way people live. What's at the top of street fights today? Kid turns into a pterodactyl mid-fight. Oh, of course it's gone. You bastards. Is there a mirror? There's no mirror, is there? Mirror? Mirror? Mirror, please? Man turns into pterodactyl mid-fight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, man. Let's see what it do, man.
Here, bro. Oh shit. Wait, hold on.
Come on, man. Get into this. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're on drugs. You're on drugs. What the fuck?
What the fuck is this kid doing, bro?
I don't even know.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Here, bro. Here, hold these.
That's a wrap. That is a wrap. What the hell? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Look, just one more, okay? This one's called Overkill. Is it a GIF? Oh no. Please don't be loud. Oh my god. Okay, it's done. Okay, we're done. Come on. Okay. He's on the ground, just, you know, come on now. Come on. Boxer beats shit out of bully, and the video's unavailable. That's so fucking typical. That's so typical, guys. I'm not gonna watch, you know, fight videos all night. That would be really stupid, you know? But just this. Oh, shut up. You're too loud. Don't worry about it. I'll beat the fuck out you. I'm not playing now, man. What is happening here? That chunky dude is gonna get, oh my god. Yeah, chunky dude's gonna get it. Even though he's wildly out of his weight class. I mean, when you've got size like that, just put the kid on the floor, sit on him, and just beat his ass. It's as simple as that. How do you not know how to use your weight? You know what I mean? You can just fucking rock somebody. You got ass cracks out now, baby. Oh, now you want to grab him? You should have just grabbed this fool, slammed this dude initially. And if you don't have the strength for that, just put him on the ground. But what's really going on? Who's the?
Hey, motherfucker.
You should have put the butt on him.
Hey, motherfucker, let him go. All right, motherfucker. Then again, I'll knock that motherfucker out too. Hey, let him go. Tell him to stop. Get up. Are you finished?
Well, he's done now. Well, come on. Oh my god, this is the whitest thing I've seen in a while. All right, guys, I love you. What are we watching? You know, what has this become, guys? What's on the front page? And then we'll go live our life. Yeah, who's the bully? That's the real question. You know what I mean? Hey, look, a doggy going over to the neighbor's home to see if her best friend can come out to play. Okay. Aw, that's so gay. That's so gay. Well, guys, I love you. And I'll probably stream something soon. I love you to death, and we'll talk in a little bit. Thanks for being here. And naturally, I want to thank my sponsors. Yeah. And I want to thank my patrons. Yeah. They're so hot fire. And the scary thing is that half of you that are donating are patrons or sponsors already. Like Sedasia and Kevin. So I want to thank Sedasia and Kevin. I want to thank Jesus. I want to thank Chuckster, Fatman, and Batman. You guys are amazing. And again, you guys will be seeing me super soon. So no worries, okay? Let me know if you need anything. You guys know how to get a hold of me. Stay warm. Stay amazing. That's Sedasia now. And I'll be here. Bye. Love you.